Hello my profane friends, how we doing? Oh, let me bring that mic in just in case you can't hear me. There you go. Oof. Now, this behind me, you see that? Just where my thumb is. Let's see if I can do that. See where the thumb is? Look, you see that man there? That's on every Masonic lodge. That's the first thing Freemasons learn, and that's the shush god. Yeah. Oh, don't forget. Wisdom, whiz. Yeah. Taught you that. But that's the I. You know what I mean? Dom whiz. Forget that. Forget that. Oh yeah. And I want you to remember this sign here. Remember this sign. Let me just level up. Yeah. Remember this sign here. Okay. And obviously that's a cross like that. Yeah. Which is like cut your throat or blah blah or whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah, and don't forget, I forgot to do the old Masonic square and compass. You know what I mean? You feel it, you see that all across every religious chair. The sun god. Oh, we're on hard work in the camera. Bomb, bomb, bomb. But there you go. You know, trowel and square and compass. That's what it's all about. Yeah. You know what I mean? Watching you. Keep them quiet. So this dude here, can you see him shushing that? That is their shush god, and it's on every Masonic altar around the world. And that's a shush from the profane. Caution. Yeah? This is their shush god. Her name is Marion. Okay? Anyway, let's move on. I'm really excited about this. It's going to be a bit of a shock factor. Let me get back in disguise. It's going to be a right shock factor, especially when I get through. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh, hey, if I don't change that over, I'll be talking to you all day and you'll see nothing. Where am I? There you go. I nearly messed up there, didn't I? Oh, that would have been a nightmare. That would have been. Right, I'm going to leave. I'm going to start right where I left off last time, okay? So nothing new, you know. So it'll go, it was the, I can't remember what lodge it was, but I want to show you 5 pictures, just before we get in the other, before we get into the other bits, you know what I mean? Which is really, really bad. Now, I don't know if I got into them in the, yeah, I did, didn't I, in the last video. Anyway, let's move on. I might have to do it in the next bit, do you know what I mean? But we'll do it now. Remember, Freemasonry or Freemasons want you to believe the Masonic growth is on the decline, okay? I'm showing you that it's on the incline, okay? This is what they want you to believe. Masonic growth is down, going down, you know, mosty old men in, you know, like in the lodges, and there's no recruitment. This, I said... I said this was is it the Danish? I can't bloody remember again now. No, it's not the Swedish. This is the Danish Parliament. Sorry, that's who's this is. This is Danish, not Swedish. Sorry. Like I said, I'm not a professional, you know, orator or anything. Sometimes I get stuff wrong. I forget stuff, but you just have to forgive me for that. I just want you to notice the column in the background here. Okay, at the top of the stairs, the column. Okay, but this is the Danes. This is okay, and here's the Danish, just to show you. Look, Danish National Parliament, Copenhagen. Okay, and there's the column at the top of the stairs. Okay, you can verify that yourselves. Do you know what I mean? But it's the Danish government, not the Swedish government or Parliament. Okay, so I just wanted to get that clear. And then you got this guy, as I was searching up to find it, you got this guy here doing the bloody one eye outside the Danish Parliament. Now, I haven't looked this dude up or done anything about this dude. Now, we will keep demanding justice, right? He's doing something about justice, whatever that is, you know, this disconnect, I don't know, whatever. But is he demanding justice because he knows that's Freemasons in there, or like the Illuminati? That's why he's doing the one eye as an offence to them. Or is he a part of it and is like, you know, a share, whatever the bloody word is? Do you know what I mean? So I found that. So I found this, and I mean, like, he's in front of the Danish Parliament and he's doing exactly the same as what they were doing in the Danish Parliament, because this is Danish Parliament here, like I said. So I don't know, I just picked up on that. I have done no research. If someone else would like to pick up on it and see what the hell's he all about, then go ahead, steam ahead. Someone also asked me what the steps were. These are the steps, you see, heel to heel like that, boom boom, that's your first start. And then there's step 1, see, boom, and off you go. You know, you heel into the instep, and then you go to the next step, and then you heel into the next step, and then you finish like that, and that shows you a Master Mason. So you enter the apprentice, that's the first step. So you remember there's 3, yeah. You do your step, your grip, and then your password. Do you know what I mean? But these are the steps to it, yeah. And there's the first 3 steps in Masonry. And like I said, as you go higher up the degrees, you know, that'll be 3 taps of the foot, you know, and things like this. Do you know what I mean? But that's what that is, you know. And then they go into, you know, the 5 points or 5 fellowships, you know, like I forget, toe to toe, knee to knee, hand over back, mouth to ear or whatever, you know what I mean? Oh no, hand over back, knee to knee, blah blah, I can't remember, but I got it. I was coming up in the video, so I've got it all worked out. Like I said, I forget stuff and my mind race when I'm doing this. I'm like, whoa, so excited. But yeah, so yes, toe to toe, knee to knee, hand over back, mouth to ear, I'm sure it is something like that anyway, and I can't remember. And then obviously it's Maharbone is the password, but we'll get into that a bit later. Now we're back to where we were, and there's the Suffolk lodges. And I said, oh, where's Great Yarmouth? Yeah, wherever that bloody is on here. You know what I mean? I said, oh, St Andrews and St Mary's, yeah. But there is actually all of them lodges there are they're not true. There's 7 lodges in Great Yarmouth, and then there's another 3 from Ipswich. I think I'd done it in the other video, I ain't sure, but I just said like, oh, there's Great Yarmouth, but there's 7 lodges total, and 3 come over from Ipswich into ours. But I think I got this, I didn't know if I got that or not, but that's what that is. Anyway, look at this, look where we got to Surrey, yeah. So in Surrey you've got 335 lodges, yeah. 10 years later you've now got 349. That's a hell of it. What the hell, do you know what I mean? Surrey, 349 army barracks in, or gang huts or whatever, all shh, and keeping an eye on the profane, of course. 349 lodges, that just don't compute, does it? Do you know what I mean? Why would they need all them men? What are them men up to? Ooh, who knows? Anyway, this is the aims and relationship of the craft, yeah. And the Bible, referred to by Freemasons as the volume of the sacred law, is always open in the lodges. Every candidate is required to take his obligation on that book or on the volume which is held by his particular creed to impart sanctity to an oath or promise taken upon it, right? So if he's a Satanist, he'd use a satanic Bible. Do you see what I mean? So just because, you know, they keep mentioning the Bible and all that, and like I said in my past videos, they do different tests, you know, look up Masonic blood rituals and that, you know. I mention what goes on, you know, like you spit on the Bible, or there's 4 Bibles, you know, laid on the altar and you have to pick one. Do you know what I mean? Things like that, you know. But that's just some of the stuff here. You can read this, you know, yourself at your leisure. Just pause it and then read it. Again, this is best to watch. See, my telly's big, so I can actually read this. You know, it's impossible to read this on your phone. Do you know what I mean? You have to watch this on a telly. Do you know what I mean? Like, get it up to your big screen, and then it just comes out perfect and you read it. I should have mentioned that in my first videos rather than, well, I suppose people know all about it anyway. See, that a belief in the Gautu and his reveal shall be an essential qualification for membership. Do you see what I mean? So they get you believing, which is the goat. Yeah, they put it Gautu. Remember, they always fiddle with words and mix them up. Like a Boaz, like Boaz, as B-O-A-Z, but to spell it, it's A-B-O-A-Z, or it's half. Do you know what I mean? They never have it as one word. Do you see what I mean? So Gautu is goat, G-O-A-T. Do you know what I mean? Which is Grand Architect of the Universe at the moment, but then it's God of all things. You see what I mean? Goat, God of all things, goat. Do you know what I mean? So it's just how they disguise who the Gautu is, which is the grand architect of the universe. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, that goes into more, you know, and I don't want to get all into that sort of stuff just yet. And, you know, again, you can read all this sort of stuff, what is here. And the Grand Lodges recognised by... So, again, look, the Grand Lodges of Ireland, there's 1,725 lodges in Ireland. Can you imagine that? What the hell's going on? I don't know if that's safe or... I suppose that's the whole of Ireland, do you know what I mean? But there you go. Look at the letters all behind them again. What's JP? Is that, you know, I don't know what the hell all of that is. But again, look, Grand Lodge in Scotland. There's 1,736 in Scotland. Do you see what I mean? I keep saying, do you know what I mean? Someone pulled me up on that. Do you know what I mean? No, I ain't got a clue what I bloody mean. But anyway, this is yeah. So you've got all these lodges in Ireland. You've got all these lodges in Scotland. You've got all these lodges in the UK, right? And you'll tell me that that's not an army? Psh, come on. Wakey, you profane. Look, now this is the real list. All them other, I've just done the lodges, the provisional lodges, the bloody this, that lodges and that lodges. They've got so many, it's just unreal. Now this is Royal Arch chapters, right? This is the Royal Arch chapters and their lodges. Nothing to do with the other lodges, what I just mentioned. Yeah, all them other thousands. These are more thousands. Do you see what I mean? So now we've got all these, and this is where they meet. You know, like MS Hall is like Masonic Hall, Free FM Hall is Freemasons Hall. Yeah, so there's all different, you know, different installations, and you know where they go. And I'll show you where they go. The hotels they own is astronomical, but that'll be coming up in my next video. Okay. You know, or hopefully I'll get it into this one. I don't know. I'll just see how it goes. But as you can see, look, Royal Cumberland, Massachusetts Hall. Do you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Somerset, you know, East Lancs. But this is it here. Look, 660, page 661. Yeah. And here we go. Boom. There's 754 chapters of Royal Arch chapters. Okay. So I don't know how many's on a page. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So say about 30 on a page, yeah? So that's 660. And I ain't doing the maths. I'm crap at maths. 754 lodges, right? So if you've got 30 on a page, you know what I mean? Imagine how many lodges, and that's the chapters. Remember, the Royal, this is the, oops, sorry. This is the Royal Arch chapters, yes? Nothing to do with the provisional lodges or the other lodges. This is Royal Arch chapters, yeah? Which is just more lodges, obviously, and more army barracks and more, you know, castles or whatever you want to call them, you know what I mean? Because this is an army. And there it is, look, it's on the right there, look. See, London chapters, provisional chapters, district chapters, blah, blah, blah. And this is what this is. And there's a total of 3,372. Do you know what I mean? Chapters. That's different. Completely add on to the other thousands and the other thousands and the other thousands. You know, you're looking at hundreds and thousands of fucking lodges. Oh, sorry, I swear. Now, here's a go. List of chapters. 3,372. And that, there you go. It's like Upminster. It's all over the place. London, Bury St Edmunds, Middlesex, Twickenham. Do you know what I mean? Ghana, obviously some of these they'll do across, you know, Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? Cape Coast in Ghana. I've just done that one in, or Yorks. Do you know what I mean? But it's all over the world, look, all over the world. You know what I mean? There's 3,372. Okay, right. And I'll show you a bit later. Again, they've got a World Lodge. I don't know if I said that in my last video, but they have a World Lodge. Okay. You know what I mean? So like I said, the towns answer up to the cities. The cities then answer up to the county, if you get what I mean. And then the cities then answer up to the main city or whatever, like London. Do you know what I mean? They answer up to there. And then London will answer up, you know, they'll meet all the other, like, worldly bloody leaders or whatever. And they've got a world chapter. Do you know what I mean? Or grand, super grand lodge. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, but here it is. Look, Great Yarmouth, look, Norfolk, 7 lodges. And Great Yarmouth, Suffolk, they've had to take, Suffolk's overswelling with lodges, so they had to take 3 on in Great Yarmouth. Do you see what I mean? So that's 10 lodges in Great Yarmouth total. Do you see that? Look. Do Just saying. You can look up, you know, again, pause it, have a look and see what, you know, the lodges themselves. I think I did in, you know, in the back, like Freetown in Leon Gamba, there's 18 lodges. Bloody hell, you know what I mean? And I think I did Manchester and I did Liverpool, you know, Fairborough in Hants, yeah, and Isle of Wight, 16 lodges. Fareham, Hants, 11, yeah. So if both of them are Hants, that's 16 and 11. Do you see what I mean? I ain't doing the maths. That's 27, right? So it's 27 lodges. And we've got, what else have we got here? You know, I mean, Gosport, look, 8 lodges. That's in Hants as well, look. So it's another 8 on the 27. And I'm not adding that together because I'm a thicket. You know, New Zealand, look, that's all over the place, yeah. But look at that, look. Johannesburg, right? In Transylvania, is that maybe 57 lodges? What the hell is going on? Can you believe that? 57 lodges. What is going on? You know what I mean? It's India, blah blah blah. But again, look, this is how it is. Like, look, these are district lodges. You see what I mean? Again, it's all different types. Yeah, but like I said, district ones, local ones. They got so many men. This army is absolutely massive. They have all these different lodges and they're all just recruiting, and I'll show you what they're doing. They're actually starting the youth from young, you know, and they got I'll go into the Job's daughters and all the, you know, but they've got Masonic youths, and they're programming them kids. By the time they're 18 or even get to 21, they just look at you as profane, and that's it. You're the hated profane, you know what I mean? Because they're indoctrinated them into that, you know. And when the time comes to round you lot up, they're just going to line you up and ain't going to think twice because you're profane. Anyway, lodges abroad under the Grand Inspectorate is 16. Obviously above that is other, you know, like other numbers, do you know what I mean? And then you've got 13 abroad, not under the district, yeah. And this is where the wars come, yeah. The lodge wars, do you see what I mean? Because if they ain't under the, see, there's different lodges and different masons, do you see what I mean, on both sides. That's why you got a war. I don't know if I went through that in my last video. I get a bit confused. Like I said, that's why you get fights in the north and the south in America. Do you know what I mean? Same as I'm now going to show you that most wars are Masonic. Do you know what I mean? Because the Freemasons always vie for war. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's about. This Masonic war, and the profane actually fight their wars. Do you know what I mean? You know, that's like when, I mean, I've done that in my other video again, like Joan of Arc. She was surrounded by Freemasons, yeah. In the end, they burnt her, obviously. But again, she was put as forward as a leader. Do you see what I mean? And it was a Masonic war. It wasn't nothing to do with anything else, this, that, or the other. It was a Masonic war. Do you see what I mean? Over lodge, you know, lodge wars. That's all it is lodge wars. You know, because there's always people wanting to vie for power. There's always, you know, it's like you got a gangster or something, you know what I mean? There's always someone wanting to take over his territory or whatever. And this is what it's about. It's always lodge wars, yeah. The profane don't, they just go along with it anyway. Oh, and there we go. That can't be the end of that. Bloody hell, what the hell went on there? That stopped, didn't it? What was that on? Sorry about this. Wait a minute. What did that? Principles, yeah, boom. Royal Archers, yeah, boom. Broads, yeah, like towns where, oh yeah, sorry. Towns abroad where lodges meet. Lodges under inspectorate, lodges abroad, not under, yeah, I didn't shrink it down, that's why. Here we go again, look, see, lodges where they meet. And you can, like I said, if you work out, like in Bromley, yeah, West Kent, 46 lodges, okay? And then if you go to the, obviously, the updated bloody thingy, and we go to Bromley, if I can find it, and I can't keep going through this like this. Oh dear. Bromley, no, it's not on there, but this is again, look, this is towns where lodges meet, yeah. I'll put this on here for some reason, I ain't got a bloody clue. But look, you got Montreal, Natal, Zimbabwe, New Zealand, Bahamas. Do you see what I mean? It's all over the world. There's nowhere this army ain't residing, yeah. Yeah, and they've got all the men, they've got all the money, and I'll show you they've got all the money and all. You name the places there: Newfoundland, Zimbabwe, Fiji or whatever the bloody hell it is. Natal, again, I've done that one. Africa, Malaysia, bloody hell, it's go on. Hong Kong, do you see what I mean? And they've got this army all over the world. Yeah, it's not, you know, it's not just UK, it's worldwide, yeah, it's global. They've even got a flag on the bloody moon, do you know what I mean? One step for mankind in that. The first thing that got put on that moon was a Freemason flag, and it was done for Freemasons, yeah, believe it. Well, that's if we got to the moon. I don't think we did. but that's another conspiracy, and I ain't getting into that. Blackpool, 29 lodges in Blackpool. Do you know what I mean? You just Bognor Regis, Sussex, 5 lodges. You know what I mean? It goes on and on. Burnley, East Lancashire, 11 lodges. See, these lodges all over the place. It don't stop. Hants, 15 lodges. Yeah, I don't need to keep going into this anyway. You know, like I said, the proof is there. You know what I mean? These are their books. This is nothing I've invented or made up. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's there. And these are towns where they brought a meet. I think I did the page numbers there, but I ain't sure. I'm going to go through it anyways. You know, the proof's here. You know what I mean? Again, look, it's Africa, Jamaica, Montreal, Monaco. You know, these are towns abroad. They are. Do you know what I mean? Then you've got all these up here. Or wherever that is, I don't know where the bloody hell that is, but you've got all these different lodges. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think Liverpool's on here, which I tried to put in last night. Yeah, in Liverpool, 109 lodges. Manchester, where is it? Manchester, East Lancs, 133. So Liverpool and Manchester alone, that's over 200 lodges. Do you know what I mean? I did that in the other, so that's 200 lodges just in 2 cities. What the hell? Do you know what I mean? Where are they getting all these men from? Newcastle, look, that's 74 in Newcastle. So that's 300 lodges in 3 cities. Well, I keep saying they're lodges. They're not lodges. They're army barracks. They're recruitment centres for profane people. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, look at the numbers. The numbers speak for themselves. I've got the United Grand, blah, blah, all that. Again, but this is a minutes book, yeah, what they do, yeah. But what the interest is look, brother, the honourable, yeah, the Right Honourable Lord Farnham, lords, do you see what I mean? This is what that is, the lords, the earls, the dukes, reverends, canons, do you know what I mean? Like the church, you know, the church bloody dudes and all that, do you know what I mean? Look, OBE, what that mean again? Order of the British Empire. You know, and you've got CBE, TDL, all of that malarkey. Do you know what I mean? This is all about heraldry, yeah, and I'll show you. Again, look at who it is, look. Now, again, this isn't just, they come from like abroad, yeah. If you look here, look, Grandmaster for Trinidad, Grandmaster for the Bahamas and Turks, Hong Kong and the Far East. Do you see what I mean? Obviously you've got Cambridgeshire, East Lanarkshire, Master for Norfolk, blah, blah, blah. But again, like I said, they have all these people come over from different countries, yeah, and they need to know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? So that eyes and ears, and they have these meets. Do you know what I mean? They say, well, what's going on? And that's what it's all about. They're just one big solid army, and it's worldwide, you know. And they all know what each and every one of them's doing, because they put out these papers like these minute, you know, these minute papers or whatever they want to call them. But again, you look at them as Reverend, look, Dr. Michael Morgan. See, it's your doctors, you see, your bloody everything that controls a country. That's what they are, you know. And if you've got nothing and you ain't got nothing for it, you ain't being a member anyway. You ain't even getting in. You've got to be corruptible. Oops, sorry. Right, look, the Honourable Earl of Ellington. You see what I mean? The Earl. Okay? He's the president of Masonic Trust for Girls and Boys, okay? Because they're after your children, and I'm going to show you that in a minute in the video. Again, look, if you go, look at all the ranks they've got. They've got so many ranks, right? Because there's so many of them, do you know what I mean? You see? Look, Director of Ceremonies, you know what I mean? The Sword Bearer, the Deacons, you know, look, senior, junior, you know what I mean, treasurers is about 4 or 5, grand chaplain, you see what I mean, I'm going to be a vicar and a chaplain, look, the reverend, and then he's a chaplain, do you know what I mean, the canon, you know what I mean, another one from the church, but they're the chaplains, you see what I mean, director of ceremonies, you know, assistant grand director of ceremonies, that's what I mean, it's all earls, dukes, lords, blah, 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 yeah, this is what it is, it's all about heraldry, yeah. Because all these fights, these Masonic fights, like the lords, the dukes and the earls, that's what it is. That's all it is. And the profane fight, which is the serfs, you know, the poor and whatever else. You know what I mean? But again, it is the OBE. Do you know what I mean? And we'll go in a little bit more. I just think I'll just put this in here just to show you some of their ranks and, you know, who's bloody who, if you get what I mean. But that's what it is all about. General purposes, constitutions. Sir Kenneth Newton, see, sir, You know what I mean? He's all worked for the Queen and God knows whatever else. I think I've bloody done away with that, what I just got. Anyway, here we go. Masonic by Grand Lodge not recognized as regular. Yeah, this is where they see, look, attendance at lodges overseas, right? Because they all attend each other's lodges overseas, yeah? And they do that because obviously it's companionship, brothership. We don't want to be fighting each other. We want to be, you know, we're all on the same level, blah, 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 yeah? But, in visiting a jurisdiction which quite legitimately so far as it is concerned accept as visitors' brevs from Grand Lodges which are not recognised under the Grand Lodge of England. In this connection, brethren are reminded that it is part of their duty as members of the English Constitution not to associate Masonically with members of unrecognised constitutions. And that's when you get wars, you see, because the unrecognised ones or the English ones don't like them, so they attack them, and then that's where wars come from, you see. Again, I'm not going to go too much into it, but they host each other, not attempt to make any Masonic contact overseas without having first checked, preferably in writing, with the Grand Secretary. So they check everyone out. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, when they gang stalk people, yeah. Now you could put 100 people in front of me, I wouldn't know whether they're Freemasons or not, yeah. And you could, well, I know loads anyway because I've filmed them enough. But what I'm saying is you. If you're being stalked by Freemasons, you don't know who's a Freemason because there's hundreds of them. Do you know what I mean? Boom, boom. But their memory is like that. They remember everything. Yeah, they've learned. You know, they learn word for word. You know, they know 7,000 words just up by heart. All the rituals right the way up. Yeah, they learn memory crafts. Do you know what I mean? So when they hand their photograph out in a Masonic lodge, your face, that's instantly programmed in their memory. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. And they'll boom. So it don't matter where you go or where you travel, yeah, because they didn't just put it in one lodge, they put it in multiple, you know, lodges. Do you know what I mean? In England, wherever. Do you know what I mean? They say if you see this face, he's a perjured individual or he's a target or whatever, and they know instantly. Do you know what I mean? Because their memory is the best. Do you know what I mean? And that's why they always pick, you know, you can walk about, that's it. All they got to do is remember one face, and that's your face. And if there's half a dozen, 6, 12 faces, they'll remember them. Do you know what I mean? And they'll, boom, and they'll know where that person come from, what he is in his whole history. Do you know what I mean? Whatever that is, and you know, they get folders and they remember that. Do you know what I mean? But you wouldn't know who they are because it's hard to pick them out because you're not, you know, you're not associated with that. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you are, you know, working towards obviously, you know, pulling the screw out of these Masonic compasses, yeah, then you're a mark. Believe it, you're a mark. You're a perjured individual, and you're a TI. Do you know what I mean? And they know your face because they memorize everything. Yeah. Again, look, you know, all these bloody thingies. I'm not going to get into, you know, what that is. That was all at the beginning, I think. Anyway, if you wanted to know what it was. So yeah, that's just, I don't know why I put that in. Well, I just thought I'd take a minute's book. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Do you know what I mean? And that's a bit of their funds. Jerry Panner, president board. There might have been something in here, more than likely, but I didn't know about that writing, that where I could write on the bloody thing. Do you know what I mean? But they have motions here for the bylaws and that. Let's have a look. 2 secs, guys. Try to rush through this. Well, not rush it, obviously, but just see if I'm forgetting anything. On behalf of this thing about overseas, yeah, look, here it is. Look, finally, brethren, it is in the pleasure to welcome on behalf distinguished brethren from overseas who are believed to be in the Grand Lodge today. Some are from other Grand Lodges and some are from our own constitution. Do you know what I mean? Look, from the state of New York. See what I mean? New York, remember the 5 families. Anyway, Grand Master accompanied by a friend of ours of very long standing, yeah, and that's it. They go boom boom, and then you got someone from the Costa Rica. Look, do you see what I mean? Lodge of Oregon, constitutions are, where else are we going here? Yeah, you got them from Trinidad, Bahamas and the Turks, Hong Kong, the Far East, Africa, Gambia. Do you see what I mean? And they're all brothers. Do you see what I mean? From wherever, it don't matter where they come, and if they get no money, every brethren will give them. Well, you know, here's 100 quid. It's nothing. 100 brothers give them 100 quid. Nothing. They've all got all the money anyway. They know they have. Do you see what I mean? But they're into poor Freemason. Do you see what I mean? I don't know if I did that again. I don't know if I said that in there. But when a church gets destroyed, do you know what I mean, like Notre Dame, millionaires and billionaires are pumping all that money in for stone, bricks and, you know, bits of wood, do you know what I mean? But when there's a crisis of humans, nothing, do you know what I mean? They don't put nothing in, do they? And that's it. This is what it's all about. Same as bloody, you know, no one should be, you know, they got houses, they got four bedrooms and up, you know, 20, you know, they're living in like bloody palaces, do you know what I mean? All got 10 bedrooms, 20 bedrooms, 16 bathrooms, whatever the hell, do you know what I mean? They've got all the money. They will it to each other, yeah? And the more corrupt you are, the higher up you go, the more land you'll get, the more gold you'll get, and I'll show you, you know, that's how it is. And you get your little badges, but I'll get into that a little bit in the maybe this video or next video, but that's just what it's all about. But they come from, like I said, it's worldwide, and they're all they're doing is watching, do you know what I mean? This obviously ended the thingy to a loud applause, you know what I mean, and they signed it off, do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, Zimbabwe's in there, look, in Africa, the Eastern Division, but they're all just talking, you know, this is what you're doing in your country, this is what you're doing in your state, and they all got the same plan, and that's it. And that's watch the Freemason, watch the profane, yeah. Confirmation of minutes, bum bum bum, diddle-in, lodge relief chest, you know what I mean, £2 monthly if they wish, do you know what I mean? But they, you know, they put all this crap in. There's a lot more money they're dealing with, trust me, you know what I mean? I know. Again, look, the Duchess of Kent, do you know what I mean? This is what I'm saying, it's all to do with, you know, now the Duchess of Kent is obviously, you know, a Freemason, do you know what I mean? But she's the girl side of things, or the women's side, you know. Again, resolution for the Grand Begin Charity Fund, fight for Lodge for Barbados, Caribbean, towards establishing a children's development centre in Barbados. Again, you know, all about the children. I'll show you that in a minute, yeah. And controlling the school boards and all. I'll show you that and all. Right, and that's in obviously the book I'm now going to show you, and hopefully in about 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Right, so I'm waffling on here a bit. I just want to see if I'm not missing something. The Drake Committee, Finance provide medical care and treatment. No, Grand Lodge clues and due form, so it's closed. Boom, 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 and then there you go. Boom. Go next. Again, oh yeah, look, this is some of the relief. They look. When they relief each other, see, that's relief, do you know what I mean? It just goes round in circles, and obviously all their charity is tax deductible, and they get returns on that and whatever, and they filter all their money through it, do you know what I mean? But look at this, look, 61,000, 72,000, 55,000, do you know what I mean? And they've got all the money, you know. In a minute, oh my God, I forgot about that, I'm so excited. In a minute, I'll show you how much, you know, how they can gather together, how well they eat, right, and how much money they can raise in a day, and you'll be surprised. And I'm not talking 10 million, I'm not talking 20 million, I'm talking, never mind, I'll tell you in a minute, I'm so excited. Right, anyway, I'm going to show you just the amount of money what these people do. It's just unreal, and they put nothing into anything, you know what I mean? Here we go. Anyway, even the judge said that. I've got that on my forum. But again, look, it's Cornwall, Devonshire, Dorset, Berkshire, Middlesex, Buckinghamshire, Staffordshire. Where haven't they got an army barracks? Do you know what I mean? Is there anywhere on this planet where they haven't got an army barracks? Do you know what I mean? Oh my God, it's unreal, isn't it? Anyway, if I spent Bedfordshire more, do you know what I mean? Duchess of Kent, lifeboats, they're all in the lifeboats. You go check, you go to your lifeboat station and see how many of you are Freemasons. Unreal. Anyway, benefits of 60,000 to 10,000 Freemason. Now look, the Freemason research fellows, see, these three guys are Freemasons, so that's the only reason they donate to it, and it helps and benefits themselves, yeah. And if you've seen my past post, that shows you. Oh yeah, I put this in just at the end again because obviously it's the expenditures again for 1985, blah blah. But when I'd done this bit at the beginning, the Trust for Girls and Boys, the Grand Lodge, was followed by a dinner attended by 4,000 brethren. See, so you imagine that 4,000 brethren like that attended a meal. Now, who else can call up 4,000 people? That's an army. That's a whole platoon, a garrison, whatever you want, of 4,000 men that attended a Grand Lodge. Do you know what I mean? 4,000 like that. Boom. Who can call on men like that? Can you? I can't even get, well, the amount of friends I've been gang stalked off me, I can't even raise four people on my fingers, I don't think. Do you know what I mean? And they can get 4,000 men. Oh, what? And anyway, like I said, H.R.L. Bertie, the Prince and that. But this is what I mean. This is the army, yeah, and the Duke of Kent and all that. I think I've already covered that. But there was 4,000 men. I'm going to show you something in a minute. You ain't going to believe the amount of money they can raise within a day. Just 5,000 Freemasons, right? And it's more than £30 million, right? 5,000 Freemasons raise more than £30 million. Can you believe that? In one day. And they're so poor, they got no money. Yeah, right. Anyway, here we go. This I want to finalise this with this. Look. Now again, look. See, lodges of the Grand Lodge Register, right? This is the lodges that were registered. So when they register, they have to get, you know, like a bloody receipt and all this sort of crap. You know what I mean? But look, in 1976 there was 7,869. Go on to 1985, and we had 8,253. Okay, so that is zip up, yeah, that's no decline, that's an incline, yeah, that's there in their own, that's there already, do you know what I mean? That's in London Provisional District and abroad, yeah, and they're all in, that's all gone up. Okay, same again. Now these are Grand Lodge certificates. Now you can't get some, you can only get so many Grand Lodges, okay, right? This is why this has gone in the decline, yeah, because like, well, how can you know what I mean, you can only have so many Indians, can't you? Do you know what I mean? And then it goes down, blah blah. But this is why this has gone down, because it's the Grand, you see what I mean? They don't invite too many people up, do you know what I mean, into the higher echelons, because it's obviously it gets into the families and the royal, you know, the bloodlines, blah blah blah, yeah. Okay, so it's gone up and down here, as you can see, yeah. But it's like in 1976 it was 18,052. And then by 1985 it had gone down to 16,000, so he lost 2,000, do you know what I mean? But like I said, if you look at 1978, that went up to 20,000. They must have been breeding like rabbits. But yeah, like I said, it's gone down, then it's gone back up. It's nice. So what it is today, I'll give you soon, yeah. I mean, I'll get me Norfolk Lodge yearbook 2011 out. Ooh, we'll see how progressed, if they're declined or inclined, shall we, when I get my 2011 book out. Anyway, that's another story. Right, now we've got chapters on Grand Chapter. Okay, chapters on Grand Chapter Register. Do you see what I mean? This is what they do. They got chapters on chapters and lodges on lodges, bloody lodges and chapters and army barracks and God knows whatever on top of other barracks. But again, look, 1976, 2,925, yeah. Roll on to 1985, and then we've got 3,130 lodges, yeah. So again, that's, you know, that's how many lodges? That's over 1,000. No, oh my God, now my maths are gone again. But there's still a few hundred, you know, like I said, there's still a few hundred lodges that have been registered. Do you know what I mean? That's an increase. That's not a decline. That's an incline. Do you see what I mean? And then you've got the Grand Chapter certificates issued at Freemason Hall, blah blah. And then you got 1976, 6,535. Roll on to 1985, and then you've got 6,656. So again, that's a lot of lodges, isn't it? You know what I mean? There's nothing, you know, declining. Okay, the Grand Lodges are, but again, you can only have so many Grand Lodges, you know. So it will go up and down, won't it? You know, but like I said, if you look in between, everything's a gradual rise. Nothing's going down, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's going up and up and up. The only thing that went down was the Grand Lodges, but it's more to do because it's grand. Obviously, it's more family orientated or whatever. So I don't know. But that's that anyway. That's the end of that. And then we've got shh, keep it quiet. You know what I mean? This is what they want you to be. They want you to be quiet. Shh, keep it quiet. Don't say anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you're profane, you're outside the temple. Shh! Whatever we do, we're going to do it. And I mean, how do like 4, 5, 6 men in a pub spread the whole way around the globe from a pub? You know what I mean? 5 or 6 men. But I'm going to show you something in a minute where they were warning about Freemasonry before 1717 or whenever the bugger it was. Do you know what I mean? Before 1717, yeah. And this is them warning you back in 1600s about Freemasonry, yeah. But obviously a lot of people couldn't read and write then, I suppose. Now I found this interesting. I don't know who I've seen this lady before, but I can't think who she is, yeah. Obviously it's Goldman, whatever, I don't know. But look at this, look at the hands, yeah. Look at the hands with the arrow going through. Okay, look at that. And then we've got this. Boom. Oh no, wrong picture. But anyway, let's go. That'll come up in a minute what I'm thinking of. Just remember the hand pictures, okay? There, look. Okay, the way it's, again, it's the apron sign, yeah. And look at the pyramid. That's the pyramid, okay. That's, sorry, not a pyramid, the plinth. Is it the plinth or the platform? Just remember the platform, yeah. Like there's a, I'll show you in a minute, yeah. It's coming up in the picture how it's, you know, but that's the foundation stone, say, and then you've got the triangle on top, yeah. I'll show you that in a minute. Just remember that anyway, forget that. Anyway, Freemasons, 100 years of caring for children, okay, because it's all about the children, this is nothing else, right? So look, Freemason and children, yeah, the Masonic children's homes, yeah, they own all this property, do you know what I mean? And they control your councils, like I keep going on, and the councils control the social services, and the social services control the children's homes, yeah, but they have their own, yeah. Now this is a children's home. Look at the straight in the back, in the middle, look, boom, with the G and the square and the compass. This is a children's home. I can't remember which one it is, sorry. I could just research it and get it, but like I said, I can't remember everything, you know what I mean? But look at that, that's a Freemasons children's home, yeah, okay. And here's your children, look, some of them, obviously they go younger than this, yeah. These are Eastern Star, you can tell by the star in the background. You got, again, I'm going to give you some of the, you know, the jobs what these do, yeah, like each star or the point of the star represents different people, yeah, and I'll get into that in a minute. But again, this is the children, and also you see the way they tie these like ropes around themselves, yeah, that again, yeah, denotes like a special ritual and a rank or whatever, do you know what I mean? But I can't remember what it is off my, you know, off the top of my head anyway, but blah blah blah, there you go. Let's move on. I'm just trying to show you that the women are just as prolific as the men, yeah. I know what's coming, it's going to be brilliant. Watch this. My dad is a Freemason, so they do books, you know, and I've shown you so many Freemason books, it goes on and on and on. There's thousands, you know, thousands of free. Just go look at some of my books I've uploaded into my forum, you know, they got billions of books, and like I said, yeah, the information is so vast. But anyway, that's another story. My dad is a Freemason. No, he bloody ain't. And it's all about the kids, look, Freemason Hall, you know, boom boom, and there's kids, that's all they want, kids. What is the order of Demole? Demole is for the kids, okay, yeah, Freemason Masonic kids, yeah. And then you've got I forget the other bloody ones now, see what I mean, my head goes. But anyway, just have my word on it, it's kids, you know, kids schools, bloody children's Freemasons, yeah, and they're brought up with a Freemason education, yeah, and then what they get educated on is to look at you, the profane, as the hated profane, yeah, and they're indoctrinated from a very young age, yeah. And by the time they get to 21, like I said, you're profane, and they look at you as they're a whole different type. Well, they've got the internal courts, I'm going to show you that in a minute, where they get, you know, where they will be punished. Do you know what I mean? And I mean they can be corporal punished or fined, yeah, and they get fined on their money, what they get paid, the wages, you know what I mean? So like I said, it's not all just straightforward, you know, this, that and the other, do you know what I mean? Because they're not doing this for nothing, they're paid for it, they're paid well as well, gold and all sorts. I'll show you in a minute. Anyway, look, you know, Freemasons helping the children. Right, and here he is again, look, you know, the old Freemason, that's the, you know, another sign. I ain't going to get into that, you can look that up on the internet. But again, they're always Cubs, Girl Guides and Scouts, right? Now the important thing here, what I want you just to look at, okay, is the badges on the children, you see, yeah, and the what they call the, I can't remember what they're called now, but I'll call them scarves, yeah, okay. And if you notice, obviously, you know, it's a Freemason sign. It's the, here we go again, I can't pronounce it, the Fleur de Flutes, or whatever the bloody hell it is. But if you notice already, look, look, this little boy here, look, see him doing the Masonic, look, the same Masonic, you know, like I can't even remember the bloody name now. Anyway, he's doing the old salute. I'll call it a salute because it is a salute anyway. But again, see his medals, look, and his badges, and like their badges and medals. Do you see what I mean? Look at the patches, yeah. And this is what they get on their aprons, yeah. Look at his apron. Look, see, they get all these different patches, yeah. It's like a biker gang, yeah. You know, you get your patches as the higher you work up. But in masonry, there's so many of them. They have even more, you know, gold medals, this, that, and the other. Do you know what I mean? But this is what I want you to see. See the youthlet. You see, they work the same way. Yeah, they're youngsters. Yeah, they get them up, get them young, and they start boom all the way up. Do you see what I mean? So they start their children off young, hating the profane or anyone that's outside the lodge, okay? And they have special schools, what I've shown you in my last video, and I'm going to show you in the future in a minute. I'm going to get into some of the girls' side of things and the boys' side of things of Freemasonry, right? But this is what they do because they want because so long as people, so long as they can get them young, do you know what I mean? Then you control that, you know, that mind. Do you know what I mean? You indoctrinate it. But I'll show you in a minute. That's all coming. I know what's coming. It's so funny. And I'll show you the badges. The same badges they're giving these children is what they give their memberships. Do you know what I mean? The same. Look, all of these have been earned. You know, that one's more than likely he got that for gang stalking, you know, and other bits and pieces. Do you know what I mean? But this is what they do, you know. Again, let's move on. Again, look, Oregon, see, they're trying to chip and identify your children, yeah? Do you know what I mean? But these programs, I got into that in my forum, so just look up, you know, my children. Again, look, they want to chip your children. It's all about your children, yeah? They've been doing this for 10 years. They don't chip their own child. They pretend they do, but they don't. They just chip the profane, you know? Oh, sorry, freaking hell, this come up. Oh. New probe into top Tory sex abuse of boys in care homes. Freemasons. The pedos were Masons. Oops, sorry about that. Shh, nothing. Oh, let's move on. And obviously they want their brides, little children and their brides. If you ain't sure about that, look that up. That's all on, you know, Freemason brides. That's all there. The videos are in my forum, yeah, where they have a little boy brides and then they come under a rain of swords. And if I go, I suppose I could jump to it, but at the beginning, if you notice and you read the bottom, this denotes, and I can't remember, but that's how you enter Freemasonry, with the swords and that, blum. Yeah, but here we go. Like I said, see, look, the little boy brides with their little, you know, it's all about the children, yeah, and that's what it's about. Stop Masonic child abuse. Look at this child, look, boom, with the Freemasons. You know what I mean? Now, what's he giving him there? I don't know, but he's indoctrinated. This is a ritual, look, yeah, Freemason ritual on this boy. Now look at the lamps, the white and the seats. So one's the sun, one's the moon. That's Boaz, and the other one will be Jackin. Yeah, obviously she's a Freemason, but look, she's a I can't remember, but the apron's white. Anyway, I'm going to get into the aprons in a minute, or have I already done that? I can't remember. But it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, look at that. Look, indoctrinating the children young, okay? And they want your children young, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. But there it is, look, do you see the sign again? Look, what I show you back there, remember that? Look, there she is doing it. Look, I can't remember her bloody name, Clinton, isn't it? Yeah, so there she is, she's doing it. And you've got to watch this. This sign comes through your films, in your TV programs. Look, here's, what's her name, Merkel, is it? Merkel, whatever her bloody name is. Look, these are all in the G7, yeah? Obviously they're meeting in the UK, but look at her hand sign, look. She just loves it, look. And there she is, look. She just can't stop it. And people go, oh, they do that when you're having a speech. What is she doing, look? She's just doing the hand sign. Look at me. I'm a global Freemason. You know, no, you're a freaking old bloody whatever, and I can't even say it because I might get the video banned. But there you go, do you know what I mean? God, just unreal. They're just all laughing at us. Now, Hitler Youth during the Holocaust, are children of the future. Adults have long believed that children are the future. So when Hitler took advantage of this, it shouldn't have been a surprise. From 1920 to 1945, children were sent to Hitler Youth to become perfect Nazis for Germany's Hitler. Believed that the youth of Germany was the answer. I don't know what that does for Freemasonry, but we'll show you in a minute, yeah? Again, look, the age, right? boys and girls, yeah, and they name them different, yeah. Do you know what I mean? You know, the Hitlerjugend was the Hitlerjugend, and the League of German Maidens, the women, was Bund Dugada Bugadum, yeah, whatever that is, and I can't speak German. You know what I mean? You swine! German young folk were Deutsches Jugendwuch, and young girls were Jugmugadel, and little fellows 6 to 10 were little Pimpfen, little fellows. But that's that age group there, yeah, all of that, 6 to 10, 10 to 14, 14 to 18. I've already shown that in previous videos, yeah, where they're attending kindergarten, you know what I mean, or whatever that's called, you know what I mean. They're little Masonic schools where the kids are like, you know, 4 and 5 and whatever, you know. So Freemasons are actually doing it younger than what the Hitler Youth were doing it, okay, you know. What's this? Look, through our weapon, be but a wooden spoon, it must become as powerful as other weapons, right? So if you look at other weapons, what the Freemasons, like the maul, the mallet, you know, and you get stabbed, you can easily get stabbed by the old compass, do you know what I mean? And then your square is like for battering, like a, you know, because that's what killed Harim. So you can't deny that, Mr. Mason, you know what I mean? But that's what they do. They use their weapons, you see what I mean? But that's just what it's about, to serve God, you know, blum, blum, blum. Let's move on, because I know what's coming here. The importance of youth. Look, Hitler was quite confident that the children and the youth of Germany could be won over for all time to the National Socialism, and through them a new order would be obtained. This process was to take place mainly through education and involvement with the Hitler Youth movement. So if Freemasons are trying to control, and they are, because I've got it, the educational system, yeah, and then they've got their own schools, you know, for the young and all the way through, yeah. What is actually going on? Are they trying to control? Because they will look at you as profane. Now remember that sign I show you. What is this German on the left doing here? Look, see the sign? I'll show you it in a minute in the next picture. But look, what can you learn about the Hitler Youth from these pictures? The key word, indoctrinate, to force your ideas onto someone through teaching. So if you're in a Masonic school, what do you think they're teaching? You're teaching them children. They're certainly in getting the education you're getting dumbed down at the locals here. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I said, my school, like the school I went to here, not my where I went personally, I'm on about where my children went. They were doing the Masonic hail and grand sign and telling all the children to stop and be silent and quiet. Every time she put her hands up in the air in a grand hailing sign for Freemasonry, the children had to be quiet and stop what they're doing. And I think she had a word, but I can't remember what the word was. And I said to her, I said, you're doing Freemason, and you're sensitizing my kids to Freemason signage. Do you know what I mean? She knew what I was on about. Her face was shitting herself. The two teachers in the school, they shit themselves. Do you know what I mean? They knew exactly what I was talking about. But that's what they do in the school, you see, because you're not there to see it. And I happened to go in there just on this day because I had to pick them up for some reason. I can't remember, early, and there they were given the sign, and I said to it, they shit themselves. They knew exactly what they were doing. I'll say, you're working for Freemasons, you lot. But that's the sign there. Look, that's Hitler Youth. But that's what it is. This is what he want the children. See the children, there it is. Look, there it is. Look, the enter the apprentice. Look, see the sign. Look, oh no, Telly's going to turn off quick. Oh no, oh, that's all right, it's done it. Yeah, so there's the Enter-Apprentice sign. Here it is close up. Again, look, sign of an Entered Apprentice. Yeah, and they walk in the lodge like that. Do you know what I mean? The teacher. And then you got a sign of a Master Mason, which is the one below, but we won't get into them yet. Again, here it is. Look, the old master teaching the old profane little man in the north. He is at the moment. He's in the north, isn't he? Or was he in the west? I can't remember. But yeah, so there it is. Look, that's the sign, yeah, and you just see it with the Hitler Youth, yeah. And if they indoctrinate it into your youth, okay, again, if you see my past videos, you know, the Masonic Women's Army, yeah, this is the same sort of army, look, where they're drilling on the field. Look, you see what I mean? The Hitler Youth. Again, I ain't gonna go into and read all of this. I don't need to. Yeah, the little fellows, look, the German young people, and Hitler Youth. Yeah, and it's the ages there. Look, 6 to 10, 10 to 13, and 14 to 18. The same thing what the Freemasons do. Do you know what I mean? Look, and that's what they took. They same. And when they get to 14, it was military training. Are your children, are their children getting trained in military? Of course they are. You know what I mean? And if you looked at my, before I got into this video, is what I said, and watched the Illuminati whistleblower, she said they trained all of them in the art of fighting. Do you see what I mean? So you've got, you know, all these Masonic lodges are just training, you know, training depots for you know, where they're going to come after you profane in the future. And they'll go, oh, that was the Holocaust, that was this, that was his fault, and they put the blame on one guy like Hitler or whoever. Do you know what I mean? And by time like it is now, no one gives a toss. Do you know what I mean? But it's history repeating itself. Do you see what I mean? And you've got to put a stop to it, because if you ain't pulling the screw out of these Freemasons compasses, we're not even in the war. But I'll leave that there for a minute. You can pause it if you need to read that. You can look it up anyway. Look at this. This is how Germany got their children. Look, this is Freemasons. They're just not wearing aprons. Do you see what I mean? Look, they get their badges. Where have you seen these? Where have you seen this? The Cubs, look. See, they're wearing the Cubs neck tie, yeah? I can't remember what they're bloody called. They've got a special name for them. But you see what I mean? That's the necktie, you see? And then you get your badges and all that. It's all, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. It make you feel good. You're striving towards something, to get something. Do you see what I mean? And that's what it's all about. Young people, schools, indoctrination, Hitler Youth, League of German Maidens, yeah? Do you know what I mean? And this is what, look at these little kids that are at the front here, okay? I don't know what, oh yeah, I think that's the women on this side. I don't know what I put that in there for, but it doesn't matter. Hitler Youth again, you know what I mean? This is why they recruit young people. Look at the adults around these young lads, do you know what I mean? And this is the same thing what happens in a lodge. Look, the men, the older men, training up the little men to respect them, yeah, the worshipful Grand Master. Yeah, look, see? Because they're the future, they know that, you know what I mean? Here they are with their banners, look. Okay, and again, more banners. Look at him, look, and that's what they go for, medals. See, here's a medal. You're a great guy. Off you go. Do you know what I mean? You know, and that's what they do. They bestow medals on them, but they don't just bestow medals on them. They bestow aprons, and then the aprons have got badges on them. Do you know what I mean? And they get stripes, and they get their set of cuffs, and they get their white gloves, and you know, do you know what I mean? Because when you join it, you go through like your hazing rituals and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? And then it's indoctrination. Here they go, look, see, look, Nazi Olympics in Berlin. Look at them children, look, Nazi salute. No steel cap boot though, they're all bloody barefoot, Christ. But again, it's children, it's adults that have made them do that, no one else. Look at these children here, look, tug of war with gas masks on, Germans again, you know. Adults, here they are, look. See the SS on the front of there, yeah. But again, look, German girls, right, which are just rainbow girls or Eastern Star girls. Do you know what I mean? And they're indoctrinated, yeah. And I'm going to show you've seen that in my past videos, yeah. Obviously, it's colour again. Look, youth, adult, worshipful master, entered apprentice, and he's getting his badges. Look, or he's a fella craft, you know. You get his badges and what have you. But it's the same thing. It's just an army, you see. Look at these boys, these little boys here, look, you see? Boom, get them young, train them up. Look, they're all standing in the square, look, all standing square from Masonic square, look. You know what I mean? With their heel to heel, do you know what I mean? They're the light travellers. Oh yeah, look, see? This is Eastern Star, Freemasonry, see what I mean, look? That's all it is, they're just not got Masonic aprons on. It's the same indoctrination, the same with everything, yeah. You know what I mean? And you go to, you know, Hitler's obviously these were, you know, brought up to like hate, you know, this, that, and the other. I'm not going to get into that because it's not good, but you know, but they only, you know, they were only educated by the adults, yeah. Again, look, this is them drilling. If you've seen my past videos, again, German youth drilling, yeah. And they ain't just they're just not wearing aprons. They're not called rainbow girls, and they're not called Eastern Star or Job's daughters or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But that's what they are. Look, the same thing. You know what I mean? They're just not wearing the uniform of the Freemason. You know what I mean? But that's what they are. Look, here they are. Look again. Look, indoctrinated in their schools. Okay, so now you're getting an idea. Here they are drilling again. Look, boom, 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 boom. These are all Germans, by the way, and Hitler Youth. Yeah, girls and boys. Yeah, look. Where you seen the banners before? Where have we seen them banners? No, I should have had I should have put a banner in the bloody thingy. You know what I mean? But see that geezer there? Look, he's got a hat on or something. I thought he was a Shriner when I first saw this. But anyway, he's not. He's alright, you know. We'll move on. But here they come. Look, now where have you seen that in my past videos? Holding the banners at the front and the marching. When have you seen that in my videos? Come on. Now this is a Masonic army. Look, that is an army. Remember that, army. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Look, you've seen that in my past videos, and here they come. Look, you know what I mean, with their banners. There's nothing different to what the Freemasons are doing. Okay, when they're walking through your town. Okay. Here they are, look, boom, boom. Masonic Youth, yeah, and I'm not, you know, I go on all day, yeah, but this is all Masonic Youth, look, training, getting thingy by the Grand Masters and all the rest of it, do you know what I mean? Okay, again, look, dun dun dun, I've shown you all this in my past videos, yeah, they're all drilling, yeah, drill, yeah, look, girls, Hitler girls, you know what I mean, dun 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 dun. I'm not going to go into all that, but I've seen it. Again, I've shown you this again, look, it's the same thing when they're going around with the doctors and the nurses, you know, what was with the big statue in my videos, do you know what I mean? This is what they are. They're just Freemasons, that's all it is. The same similar thing, do you see what I mean? It's just history going to repeat itself, yeah, and everyone go boom boom, you know. Again, look, they're all Nazi saluting, look, American flag there, by the way. Actually, no, sorry, I think I told a lie there. I think this is an American school, I think, but they're still they're doing an allegiance to the flag, okay? But it's the same, you see what I mean? If you get the youngsters, yeah, then you know you control the future, don't you, of the way, you know, they think. Here they are drilling again, the Germans, look. But again, where have I shown you this? Job's daughters and all the rest of it, drilling, yeah. And I'm going to show you a bit more of that later in some of the videos if I get to it. Well, I will, of course I will, unless I'm murdered by some Freemason because he didn't like this video. But yeah, so there they are drilling it, the Germans, German youth drilling, yeah, drilling. Oh, where have we seen this before? Can you remember that? You see what I mean? And this is what this is. These are all learnt from school, see? And that's Job's daughters, yeah? Everything I'll show you in my other, you know, my videos in the part, you know, they're drilling, yeah? This is what Freemasons do. It's an army. Do you see what I mean? This is an army. See what I mean? This is the German army, the German youth, and all what the Freemasons are doing are the same thing as what the Hitler did. Do you know what I mean? No different. Except this time they got it well sewn up. Look at that. And you just got to remember that this is nurses. Just remember this is nurses with the pushing the trolley with the big dude in the air and the baby in the prom, and they're going shh. Same thing, exactly the same, no different. You see what I mean? Hitler Youth honour an unknown soldier by forming a swastika symbol. That was in 1933, and still no one's learned anything from anything, have they? But that's Masons on the incline, but as we all know, it's not. It's rising up, yeah, and it's going to be big trouble if we don't do something about pulling their screw out of their compass. Look, New Zealand, look, the Freemasons virtually everywhere, and they're virtually everywhere, literally. That's me on an hour now, so I'm going to stop the video here and then I'll get into this. Obviously there'll be more little Masonic secrets, but I'll stop the video here and I'll do a part 3. But yeah, Freemasons are virtually everywhere, and we know they are. But I'll stop the video there. I'm really excited I got that out. And look, remember that Hitler Youth? Look, look, where have you seen that? Where have I just shown you that? I wonder if I could get the 2 up. If I could, I'll be so excited. Where is that? Where is that picture? Give me that here. That'll be a nice little finish, that will. Yeah, boom. Let's see if that works. Oh, bloody didn't work. But anyway, look, that's, can you see that? Look, what's the Masonic army? Oh yeah, I could do it like that. Look, now what's the difference between that and that? Hitler Youth, Masonic adults. Hitler Youth, Masonic adults. Hitler Youth, Masonic adults. Are we getting it yet? Is it sinking in? Are we waking up there, the profane? Yeah, Masonic army, Masonic army, Masonic army, youth army. Yeah, Where's the difference? Oh, oh, look at that. I'm telling you, look. Masonic Army, Hitler Youth Army. Okay? See the banners? Can you see the banners? They built roads now, though, if you can see. They didn't have roads back in them days, but there you go. There's your army, okay? Boom, 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 boom. And I could do that all day long, but yeah, I think I'll end that on that. And if that ain't got the message through, I don't think anything would. Do you know what I mean? Let's try not to be profane, yeah. Let's wake up to what these people are doing, and pull the screw out of their compasses. Do you know what I mean? Because they're after your children, believe me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.